Now, when a cleaner comes to you, Mr. Irumba, when a cleaner comes to you, you say, work is very difficult in this, even in this man's office. I go to clean the toilet which is inside this office, and the man does not flush. He uses and does not flush his toilet. You want my local staff, my local girl, to be the one to clean.
Flush.
To flush.
The ambassador doesn't know how to flush.
He doesn't know. The same thing is happening in his home. The domestic workers whom we appoint to the guy
has to go and flush.
She's the one supposed to flush. Even the children, big children, they are leaving for the maid to be the one to flush. And then you are ordering a maid to come and dress you. 27 and above. 23 and above. They are, some are fixed in the university here. Even the teachers at the university are crying with their manners. We are not going to allow. Matters of illicit behavior.
Illicit behavior.
Matters of illicit behavior. To people we contract to come and help us there. We are not going to tolerate.
What is you explain the matters of illicit behavior. What has he done? Allegedly.
Allegedly. All my female contacts who come to the embassy have complained against the ambassador.
That what? They want to
sexual approach to them.
What?
Sexual approach to them. Which makes them uncomfortable. Let it be somebody supplying security. Let it be somebody supplying construction. Let it be somebody supplying, name it. Let it be a government contact who has been sent to do something here. Let it be a teacher we have contracted to help you with your poor English. They will run away. You are female. They will run away. The guy is advancing, wants to take advantage of me, wants me to sleep with him. How can you behave like that?
The guys are complaining.
Yeah, they are complaining.
The Spy Television, the Spy Uganda, Detective UG. Genda kumikutu jaffe ogwa YouTube. Ojasangayo the Spy Television. Ate ku Google osangayo ogenda ku www.spyuganda.com ojasangayo Lupapula. The newspaper version. Tuina ne Detective UG. Erinya lya program eyo yita Andrew Irumba Live. Mbere wano live n'ensonga ezenjawulo. My name is Andrew Irumba Katusabe and the name of the show is Andrew Irumba Live. This show is going now to be in English because the person I seem to have met now, if I tell her to speak Luganda, we shall run from here.
It will get finished.
You may finish your Luganda very fast. So
let me keep it.
Hey, so Madam Susan, let me first know who Susan is now.
Yeah, my name, thank you very much first of all for having me on your live show, Mr. Andrew Irumba. We always see what you're doing and we appreciate. Yeah, I watch, I see sometimes your TikTok, sometimes on the various platforms, WhatsApp and the news itself on Spy News, and we know you're doing a great job for the country.
Thank you.
Yes, trying to voice out the voiceless, which is very important. I'm very glad that I've been given the opportunity to feature today. I'm equally a grudging Ugandan. I'm not feeling very fine, but I'll start at, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at heart.
So yeah, this is the reason
that's the reason why I'm here. So I start at the beginning. My name is Susan Oyella. I live here in Kampala. Yeah, but I don't know if it's relevant where I come from.
No. Where you come from is important.
I come from Uganda.
Which part of Uganda?
I come from Agago district.
Agago.
The lowland.
Agago, you remember Ogenga Latigo. Is that
Latigo?
Yes.
Or the CJ?
CJ, Chief Justice?
They are people of Agago.
Agago. There's also Beatrice Anywa.
Anywa, yeah.
I know her.
Yeah.
I was,
So-
I have visited the Kitgum, I think, once.
Okay.
That is a long time ago, like about 10 years ago. So what part of the village do you come from?
I come from Patong.
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 Patongo.
Not Ngo.
Patongo. Okay.
That is how we
Patongo.
pronounce.
Okay.
Yeah, so Patong is in Agago. But I live here in Kampala. Of course, looking for survival has brought us all to the city.
This is the center of opportunities.
The center of opportunities, and that is why I'm here with my family too.
So do you do some work? Do you work in Kampala?
I'm supposed to say yes, and that takes me to the main point. I'm supposed to be working at the Libyan Embassy, Kampala.
You're a staff of Libyan Embassy?
I've been a staff of Libyan Embassy, Kampala, from 2017, September. It's about 7 years.
7
This
years.
yeah.
Libyan Embassy.
Libyan Embassy, Kampala.
So now,
And I've been working as administrative secretary. That's the job they gave me, which looks after local staff and their grievances, diplomatic cares, filing for VAT for the diplomats, corresponding with ministries, and a lot, to mention a few, and other suppliers of service to the diplomatic
so are you still
mission.
doing this job?
I was supposed to be doing.
Who stopped you? You were supposed. So what happened?
I've been having a grudging kind of employment situation, or a very toxic mood of work ever since we got a new ambassador. We have ambassadors work for 4 years and then they change them. So ever since we got the current ambassador in 2022, to date, I have not enjoyed my work, and it has always been a moment of fights.
2022. You got a new ambassador.
New ambassador called Ibrahim Ahmed Sultan, His Excellency. Ibrahim Ahmed Sultan.
I was last at your embassy, I think around 20 what? When there was a female ambassador. 2017, 2016?
2018.
2018.
Yeah, that was sitting in. She was actually the minister plenipotentiary who was sitting in after Ambassador Fauzi had finished his tenure, as we waited for a new ambassador to come. And after her, that season you came, and I think we had something like State of the Nation address when you came to visit. Yeah, and then after her, they brought now officially a chargé d'affaires, Ambassador Mustafa, which I worked with also for 4 years, and he finished. So after him, they left us also under the guardianship of another official until this guy came in.
I remember I came to attack your embassy, not really attacking.
I know.
But I had got credible information as a Pan-African that some Africans were being mistreated in Tripoli.
That is true.
That is the time I came in. They were actually, they sent me information and pictures of girls being sold like, like the real slave trade of those days.
Right.
These girls were being put on stage, and you come as a man, you say you want this on how much. That's what they were doing in Libya.
I remember that scenario
and
very well.
I came and put a big fight there, and I think they did something.
Yeah, they did.
I'm glad that they did that. I have not heard of it again. But they had become that bad.
True.
By the time I came in under the auspices of Pan-Africanism. You have met me now as a journalist, but I came as a Pan-African, under Pan-African pyramid. So now let's go into straight your matter now.
Yeah.
So you were supposed to be working.
Yeah.
So since when did you stop working, and why?
It is really very, very unfunny, because the same ambassador Ibrahim has stopped me from work 2 consecutive times in his tenure. But each time he stops me, the state reinstates me, because the reasons he gives for stopping me is personal and does not work. Yeah. So to begin with, where our conflict came with, I have experienced a number of ambassadors whom they bring Most of them are from the protocol service, from the diplomatic service, from Foreign Affairs Ministry. They come, they know what they are supposed to, what is expected of them as ambassadors. But if somebody comes and a bit not experienced in the job, then it is, we are trained.
The job is to train them.
We are trained to guide them on the diplomatic way of doing work, how to relate, how to communicate. But again, I think I received a snag because this is the kind of ambassador who doesn't want to be corrected.
Even when he's wrong?
When he's wrong, he wants his thing to be done. No. No, when he's wrong, you cannot correct what is right.
Hey.
Yes.
When he's wrong?
When he's wrong and you know that it's going to be a national blunder or an international blunder, you try to come in to try to guide him, basing on how you were trained. But this guy does not listen. Ibrahim does not listen. He goes wild, he starts shouting, and from there he starts referring you as like, you said we don't use Luganda. I can use two words.
If you understand
this thing of Abantu Bagundi. Just because he came in, before his time for coming in, and he witnessed how I'm working with the previous, a lot of those people. So like, they have to be swept out. Who are they to tell me?
A group of the other
previous people. Yeah, right from the finance of the time, the deputy of the time, the ambassador of the time. He refers you to that. So I have never been free working like well. So sometimes when it comes to writing letters, maybe you're making a request, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I told you this is the format in which you should use, this is the language you should use to make that particular request. Then he goes very wild and even removes the job from me and
advising him.
Give it to a translator to write. So you write, you find a right from the font used. It is not diplomatic, it's not official. And such letters, the font of the letter, the words that you have used.
There is an official font.
There is an official font, and even font size, you get it. And how you start the letter and how you end the letter.
And the language. The
language, how it flows, how you factor in the message that you want to pass across, or the request.
Without being rude.
Exactly. But now for you want to write like you're writing a common letter to a colleague somewhere, a love letter somewhere. Whether you're writing to the president, you are guided by the Foreign Affairs. You're not supposed to write direct. You're supposed to write through.
The Foreign Affairs.
And then they connect you. The guy writes direct. He wants to be taken. When you tell him this is wrong, you are the wrong one. You have stepped on his toe. So I've never gained favor from the guy. And every time he wanted to get me out. And I've got a series of warning letters, unnecessary, from him. Because every time he feels like I'm offending him, warning letter. Sometimes they remove work tool from me. Computer today you don't have. You don't have a scanner. You don't have a printer.
An embassy.
My desk, I don't have, because they have just removed. And then you bring me work which needs uploading. So.
But they don't have a computer.
I don't have a computer. You have disconnected internet from my area. I am working for the embassy.
Then they give you an assignment.
They give me assignment.
If you don't do it, you are wrong.
If you don't do it, you are wrong. And I am not the kind of person who just gives up like that. I cannot take it out. So I spend on my side. I buy data on myself. I buy communication by myself to do embassy work. I use my phone
to type and do it.
To snap. To snap the images to upload if I'm to apply for a visa for somebody. For a diplomat, it's not my personal work. I'm supposed to serve all the diplomats there. But if you're failing me, I'm going to put data here and I tether to any standing computer there. And I start the work. So, one of the funny letters I was given was like, I was caught capturing documents, official documents of the embassy, which is not allowed. It is illegal. But I am capturing in order to complete the work.
In order to do the work.
I don't have a scanner. What do you expect me to do? You intentionally removed it. from my desk. You intentionally disconnected me from data, and you do not want to buy from me.
Now, even when you are trying to improvise,
even when I'm trying to improvise,
it is illegal.
The intention is to fail me from doing any work, so that it is kept on my head that she's not doing work, is not working.
So that he has justification to kick you out.
Exactly. And then you find that things like diplomatic expenditure, they are not supposed to be charged the VAT. When they do in our common shopping, I'm supposed to help them claim for that back. For him, I don't know where he spends, but I never see his receipt. Because even his literacy receipt, 4,000, 10,000, he takes it to finance. Money me.
Hey,
takes back his money. But these ones who don't have that to do, they're supposed to give their official receipts, and I claim for VAT through URA, and they get back their money. That also is not happy. And it tells you that is not your work. But that's the work I was described to when I was employed. Yeah? So he wants me to conflict also with the individuals. But the individuals, unfortunately, do understand. And some of them have, the Libyan staffs, the staffs have themselves picked money from their pocket by airtime. Sometimes I'm supposed to go out to foreign affairs or immigration, and there's no car for me. Some of them give me money. I get on a border, Andrew. That is an embassy. It is not supposed to be like that. And the vehicles are there. The guy is controlling, and because it is Susan going out, it's not available. Yeah. So one of my assignment is looking plus after the staff, the local staff. Now, when a cleaner comes to you, Mr. Irumba, when a cleaner comes to you, you say, work is very difficult in this, even in this man's office. I go to clean the toilet, which is inside this office, and the man does not flush. He uses and does not flush his toilet. You want my local staff, my local girl, to be the one to clean.
Flush.
To flush.
The ambassador doesn't know how to flush.
He doesn't know. The same thing is happening in his home. The domestic workers whom we appoint to the guy
has to go and flush.
She's the one supposed to flush. Even the children, big children, they are leaving for the maid to be the one to flush. And then you are ordering a maid to come and dress you. 27 and above. 23 and above. They are, some are fixed in the university here. Even the teachers at the university are crying with their manners. Big children ordering you to come and dress their bed. When you are washing, you finish cleaning up the house, a big girl carries that water and comes and pours where your feet. This is slave trade in our own country. What we hear, we believe now, we begin to believe that it is really happening and in a worse scale. If you are able to do it in my country, Madam, under my roof.
This is the reason in 2018 I came to the embassy. And I attacked the embassy so that
and he has come here and is doing it
to stop
here.
The slave trade. This is the reason I came there.
And when these people cry and come to me, because I am the admin secretary in charge of all the local staff, you take it one-on-one with me. And you want me down at all costs. Who does that, Andrew? At one moment, I became mean and I told one of the cleaners, you know what? Go clean the floor and leave the shit and mess for him. You leave it there. If he enjoys, let him leave it there. You leave it there. Don't touch. Because this is manipulation. This is slavery.
The maid was employed, madam.
Exactly. Not to clean your shit, Andrew. You know, everyone is important in an organization, in a diplomatic setting, in a family. You get it. That is why you don't see the president in his capacity because he's president doing his own cleaning. He needs a cleaner for that job, and that is very important. You have to respect that person. Without that person, even your sitting environment is not okay. But not to look at your waste, which you have intentionally left. What's the problem? You are alone in that room. You finish your business there. You flash even without looking behind. If you don't want to see your mess, you do that. Now, if it is too bad for you to see, How much bad will you think it will be for this person? Who maybe you did it even over the weekend when she has already gone, or over Friday when she has already gone, then it has to stay there the whole weekend. Monday morning, she's supposed to load there. This is absurd.
This is the reason I attacked our embassy in 2018. Slave trade in Tripoli.
It is in Uganda. And they want
I got information that your people there in Tripoli were getting girls. And by the way, let me tell you something. There is a stupid woman in the Toro Kingdom there who, at the time of Gaddafi, was even trading those girls from Toro to Libya.
We don't want those tradings.
That's our people. There.
And actually, for me, when you come, I will first lecture you why you want to go there. Because it is not once, it is not twice where people got their people to get for them recommendation for visa from Libya. And then all of a sudden they have reached there, they are suffering. They are calling me, Wololo, help us. They have confiscated my work permit. I cannot do what I'm suffering. They are not paying us. I will not have control. But when I've warned you at the beginning, I even have somebody's communication here. She's currently looking for help. Because all the terms and conditions of what took her there has been breached. And she has nowhere to come. There is no embassy of Uganda in Libya. There is nobody to talk to without fear. You don't know who is who. But ours, which has come in the country and is mistreating us from here, we are not going to allow. Matters of illicit behavior.
Illicit behavior.
Matters of illicit behavior. To people we contract to come and help us there. We are not going to tolerate.
What is the, you explain the matters of illicit behavior. What has he done, allegedly?
Allegedly, all my female contacts who come to the embassy have complained against the ambassador.
That what? They want to
sexual approach to them.
What?
Sexual approach to them.
Yes,
which makes them uncomfortable. Let it be somebody supplying security. Let it be somebody supplying construction. Let it be somebody supplying, name it. Let it be a government contact who has been sent to do something here. Let it be a teacher we have contracted to help you with your poor English. They will run away. You are female. They will run away. The guy is advancing, want to take advantage of me, wants me to sleep with him. How can you behave like that?
The girls are complaining.
Yeah, they are complaining. Then there are these young girls you bring like my daughter here to work. Others were like in senior 6 vacation. Those are like my little girls, far younger than his children. Yeah? You bring them on the promise of giving them a job, but you're pushing another agenda. You know very well they cannot be taken in here. You have no capacity to employ them or employ anybody here, by the way, without approval from the state. So somebody will meander here, even big-headed towards us, because now you are connecting with the boss.
Big man.
You rub shoulders with the boss. Who are these people? Who are they? Yeah. So before you know, you cannot manage the work. You get it. But his agenda has already passed through. So you see people crying. Either now they are paid off at the counter with some little money. You go and they tell you, work you no good. What does that mean?
Work you no good.
Hey, you don't know work. Your work is not okay. You cannot manage. Yeah. Now, but the agenda there has passed.
Has been done.
So you find people crying places. Others, they take your document and now give to another person. Like one they took and gave to the security company that safeguards us to give her a job. You get it? But it was his person. So when I asked the lady now, did you people advertise that you have jobs, you want to employ this girl or what? And the lady just told me, these are the wives of your boss. Well, who told you we are employing people? He deceives them like that. When they're still thinking they are going to give me a job.
Are you talking about the driver of Libya or the ambassador of Libya?
I'm talking about Ambassador Ibrahim Ahmed Sultan of Libya.
Not a driver of
Not a driver of the ambassador, but the ambassador himself is misbehaving very badly in this country. Where is he sleeping? We had the cleaning company for the apartment. They had to chase away one girl whom he was using. Yet again in the face of his maid here also.
Hey.
So when the maid is like tried to become wild, they started alleging that she has stolen money. First they said she stole 120,000. It's in the record. Then finally it came that she stole $10,000.
Ah, a maid.
A maid. I steal $10,000. And I still be like that. So even his colleagues are like, where will he get $10,000 to keep in the house? Yeah. That guy does not have that money in that house. No, he does not have that money in his house.
Keep it.
And he does not also spend like that. And that time, they were still having issues with the bank. So salaries were not coming. So physically also nobody was able to have that money. Just for like that in the house to wait for somebody to steal. Now seeing that he now wants to chase this girl, who is now becoming too much, seeing is what he's doing, he has forced one of his girlfriend policeman. I have a photo here in the phone.
Okay. He has a girlfriend, a police officer.
He does not cross any class or any line of work or any standard. The best line is lady, whom he has admired. You get it? So this lady comes and is convinced this lady to accept that she stole.
Yeah, the police officer.
The police officer. So she comes and starts threatening this maid, his girlfriend. He starts threatening this maid. If you don't do, you see they are going to take you to police. You see these are diplomatic mission. You don't touch them. There's nothing you can do. Or even when they misbehave here, the country shelters them. So you better accept. Then they don't throw you in. Being a single mother.
Police officer girlfriend.
Police, a Ugandan. A Ugandan. You accept. If you don't accept, you yourself you will see. At least he will just leave, chase you from work, but he will not arrest you. So once the lady now thought over her situation, she's a single mother with many children, others at the university thinking of going to jail. She said yes, she accepted. As soon as she accepted to say yes, then the man now picked his phone and started recording. Now, talk. That is what he keeps as evidence for that girl. But it is the police officer, lady who was guarding at the time, because they work like 2 months, then they change them. That's the lady who forced this lady into accepting. So why would we keep quiet with such a thing? This lady went out without being paid, and she became very sick because she went into depression.
Up to now?
No. After some time, she got another job with a Canadian family. She's now doing very well. Actually, one day he bumped on her in the supermarket and was very shocked because the lady had recovered. She was all looking nice. But this hell that this guy puts us through. And then they torture them the more when they come and speak to me. And they torture me and find ways of how to keep things and exit me. And I said I will not do this. So there are so many even petty things which are not supposed to be done by the ambassador. It's doing anyway. It's doing anyway. For example, you cannot come and start quarreling at a guard for eating your fene. You see?
Madam Susan, you speak the truth, Madam Susan.
I should bring the guard here, I think.
An ambassador?
I cannot face this company. They are eating my fene. Then the supervisor said, I don't know your boss really. I've been warned to warn my boss for eating fene. This fene has been there since time immemorial. I got it there. All these other ambassadors got it there and left it there. When it's ready, we all enjoy the fruit. We all enjoy. You don't go to harass a human being over fruits given by nature and it's not going anywhere. And how much portion has it?
And is not the one who planted
He's not the one who planted. They found it there. There are several ambassadors, even since Gaddafi time, they found that fene there in the premise. Because that was not, first of all, their original premise. They were on Prince Charles. Then they now moved to Kololo Hill Drive. That means that fene was standing there. So they start owning it. And after a few months, so the day I went there to take this legal notice and I got this, I got to Askari, I'm like, I hope when the ambassador is leaving, you don't forget to pack for him the fene tree.
Hey,
it is not so. You should go with it. You should go with it. How do you behave to that level? Eh? And you know this is security people and the like. This is just something
small.
Something to complement if you got a meal or you don't. By the way, they don't give meals at that embassy. So they are also there on tea and water.
Don't eat food.
So if such opportunities also come, maybe yes, police at least you see them cross with their van of food. And give them something small. So I don't see that as really logical and of a caliber that should be of the ambassador.
So Dadayo, what is your relationship like with the ambassador now in terms of your employment benefits, like salary, like what? Are you getting your salary? Are you working?
Okay, I'll push that further to 2023 December when the guy gave me a termination letter. This guy gave me a termination letter.
Ibrahim?
Yes.
When did he arrive? You said he came in
2022.
2022.
2022. All we are fighting. 2023.
He gives you a termination letter.
He gives me a termination letter.
Did he come at his right tenure? Did he come?
This is how we normally get. In September every year, we get a notification because our contracts normally run just for 1 year. Every year, you are around September, you're hoping and praying that
they
renew your contract.
Your contract is annual.
Annual. So in September, they give you this one that tells you that by December, your contract will be ending. Your service, it shall be renewed. So after giving us, we sign. Now, so this was it, October 2023.
An internal memo, Ms. Oyella Susan, Administrative Secretary, Libyan Embassy Kampala, subject termination of annual service. The Libyan Embassy Kampala proposes to you to terminate your service at the end of 2023 and to renew at the beginning of 2024 if necessary, according to the contract concluded between the two parties. We hereby inform you that the contract concluded with the Libyan Embassy Kampala will be terminated on 31st December 2023. We thank you for the time you have given to serve this embassy and we wish you success and peace be upon you. Administrative Secretary, Administrative Affairs, Libyan Embassy. So now, this is it.
Now this is now the one who sits there, the admin here. Now then comes December.
This is December 2020.
This is 2023. If you get again another letter like this, which nobody gets, it means now finish for finish. They have terminated you.
This was written 17th October 2023. This is 23rd December. Hey, when you're supposed to be
about to spoil my Christmas. I even have a Christmas baby at home. It is supposed to be served. Unfortunately, they were fidgeting with it and then they just served me after Christmas.
They served immediately after Christmas.
After Christmas. Normally...
Internal memo.
Internal memo. Now...
Ms. Susan Oyella, greetings. Further to the memo number, this and this,
referring now to the other one.
Regarding the annual service termination, we would like to inform you that your contract will be terminated on 31st of December 2023. We thank you for the time you have given to serve the embassy and we wish you success.
Now, when you see this, you know that the work has ended.
The work has ended.
Yeah. So with this work has ended.
Officially ended 2023.
So I go to the guy now. Of course, you need a word with the ambassador before you leave. So I tell him I have received this letter ending my service, and I'd like to thank the embassy for the what? For the time that they have given me, opportunity to work for them. And it's unfortunate that they will not need my service again. But again, I also want you to explain to me how this has come about, because I think I'm still relevant. It's according to me, I'm still relevant. So it starts meandering with the explanation that there is a policy which says if you have worked like for 5 years, what has to end. It is not him, it is the state which is ending my service. He made that very clear with the help of the translator and one administrator.
It is not him, but the state of Libya.
It is the state of Libya.
In Tripoli.
In Tripoli. Then I'm like, yeah, right. You're also aware I'm serving alone with Tropical Bank. And I have not finished. I also have a family to look after. This loan was tagged to salary. But according to this letter, you are indirectly telling me by January, I'll not be having salary coming. Could you tell Libya and then they advise me how this loan is going to be settled?
Because you got a salary loan.
It is a salary loan. And we promise we are going to be sending them the salary. No, maybe that one we will ask and get back to you. I said, yes, I want a proper position on that. So, and then again, before that, it was already fidgeting. I had brought some lady already over the December holiday. When I got a small leave, we have to get leave. And he was intending to have one of those young girls replace me.
The ones you was using.
So when I came, even my office, this is no office you now, work me, no work you now, you know, this kind of English. Now, like, you will not be responsible for my assignments. In a clear English. I said, no problem, sir. If you found somebody else to work there, I don't mind. So now where I need to be showed where else I'm going to be sitting. You get it? Huh? I have not yet got this letter. I need to know where else I'm going to be sitting and doing my work. I don't mind another office. If somebody taking work, you is okay. So one of the admin was saying, now this man is fighting just to push you out. He has forced me to write already a letter. The one who is under signature here. Yeah, he's the first secretary there, second secretary. So they fight over my issue internally with the rest of the Arabs there. Then finally the rest of the Arabs win in bargaining for me. And they give me another office where I should be sitting. So I move things. I carry files from my previous office. The previous office is next door to the ambassador. It's not supposed to be my office. But before the previous ambassador went, a secretary had resigned. And then he did not employ anybody. Instead, asked me to come up and help and take over, plus his assignment as well. Fortunately, work was flowing well with Ambassador Mustafa. And I think he didn't see a need of adding somebody. But there was double and triple work on me. Remember already why they had employed me. Yeah, it's a vast kind of assignment. So by the time his end of tenure came, this guy found me in that office. And now mistook it that I am strictly ambassador's secretary. And I'm supposed to do only his assignment, appointment, that is all. You touch another diplomat's file, it's a problem. You touch another assignment for that, it's a problem. Work, not you. And there is nobody to explain for him properly because he's generally rude and shouting at everybody all the time fighting with the staff, both local and diplomatic, or and Libyan. So I sat there by default. So this time when he's telling me go to the other office, actually where he was sending me is my rightful office with the computer, everything.
That's
my original office. I went in to step in just for somebody who didn't exist. You get it? So I just put things on the tables like this. I've not settled. Next they're asking me to go and sign a letter. This date.
Termination letter.
Termination letter. So in that explanation, I told him, now, sir, when you are stopping people and they have not done anything wrong, because I said, ever since you came, you have not been working well with me. I want to be honest with you. This is what I registered. To help me out there, I need you to explain to me what my problem is, so that maybe it will help me improve out there. Because you have never worked with me in a peaceful way. I told him that was the day to speak. The man denied. said, no, la, I have
You're a very good person.
I have no problem with you. It is Libya which is chasing you from the work now because
Tripoli, not Kampala.
Yeah, and not Kampala. It's policy now, matter of policy from Libya. So I said, okay. Now you told me you have no issue with me. I'm supposed to exit and exit for good. You had just given me an office barely 2 hours ago. I've just heaped the files up. I've not arranged anything. I'm supposed to hand over to somebody. Right now, I don't see anybody even to hand over. Yeah? But I'm requesting you to give me 2 more days so that I can put these files in order. And I go. And also while you get back to me about my issue with the salary loan.
With the Tropical Bank.
Then said, that's okay. We'll also talk to the bank and see. And they gave me the letter, they gave me the permission to spend another 2 days on duty. And this was coming to a weekend, this date. By 6th January, Libya sent a list of people who are supposed to work in 2024. And my name was first on the list.
Hey.
The Libya that sent me out without explanation has brought me back without explanation. Where does that happen? And I told him this is Tripoli. I said this is not Libya, this is you, and that's why I was asking you to explain to me what I have done that makes you hate me so much.
First,
now Tripoli,
the Tripoli people who manage the Kampala office.
Kampala office, diplomatic and local staff employment is managed by the Administrative and Finance Affairs Office, Tripoli.
So they sent a letter confirming you and other staff?
Me and other staff.
2024?
2024.
Huh?
January 6.
You have that copy?
How? Even contracts, do they give you signed copies?
Hey.
You sign even nothing and then they keep it. They don't give you.
You say not to read. They don't allow you to read.
Yeah, because now most cases, in the initial, now being an administrative secretary, I print those documents. So I have the chance to read, but most staff don't know what is in the term of their employment. But because I look after the staff, I know what is in for people.
So you let them
and I will make you write properly. Exactly. You get it?
So you don't have your own copy of
say, for example, 2023, we came and signed contract. I don't have. Nobody has.
So 2024 you also don't have?
2024 I also don't have.
The one that came from
Actually,
Tripoli.
it is worse for 2024.
How did it come from Tripoli? It came by email? How did it come?
They have their internal emails, how it comes, and they don't want to give that email out. That's okay, so for control. It came.
How did you access it? Because you are saying you saw your name.
People who saw this and heard about this were hurt. Some of the Libyan staffs themselves, they brought
and showed you.
They are all in Arabic.
You to get a copy.
They cannot allow you. They are all in Arabic. But you can do like this and you read and then you say don't snap.
Okay.
Okay. Now even if I didn't see it, I got a call that I should not leave office.
You got a call from Tripoli?
I should not miss work even one day. Even from here, the other staff, the Arabs, they don't miss work. So I continued working. At the end of the month, I also got salary with the rest. I'm the one who types.
The salary structure for the... You started with your name?
It has to be my name up now.
Your name was first.
My name is there.
And he cleared and you
on my salary. And now it felt like this did not
But the man had given you termination.
He gave me termination and it's very bitter. By the way,
and 2024,
when they gave me now the contract to sign, he was there very, very bitter. All the time he's putting on this face that could swallow you. But I don't mind. That's not what took me here. Andrew, something takes us to work. You get it? Certain things can pass. Or when you're looking at me badly or goodly, it's okay. That is your own issue. You get it? It's a survival we are here. And if you're doing your work diligently, without...
You are speaking like Beatrice and you are. Are you related?
No, not really.
Hey.
And she's my tribe mate, so she's my sister in origin.
That's good.
Yeah. So the fact that they started paying me my salary,
it was automatic.
it's a contract.
Yeah.
It's a contract.
Yes.
So this hurt this guy. This guy went in that process when I was still terminated, those few days. For him, he had already recommended and added 200,000 on everybody else's salary except for Susan. Not that down. You can't take such nonsense. It's not like I've not been surviving without that 200,000. But how does it feel?
But if it has come,
why do they leave me out?
Everybody should have.
So unless, now, this is how I treated it.
Unless he has other issues, maybe you have not been performing.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So now, for that matter, I decided to play it cool and diplomatically that I am now a new employee. I was terminated, and now I've just been given an offer. My offer stands at the old salary. You get it? So I let it go like that. Now, when you terminate somebody on the basis of this letter I showed you, there were gaps in our payments of NSSF gratuity in the period when he was not also here. Okay? So that meant if you have terminated me, you have to pay it according to the law of this country. And also your country advocates that you abide by the law, the employment law of the country. Exactly, where you have been deployed. So this is where now my major problems came. I started asking for my gratuity. And the man was dodging like this from January, referring to December when he terminated me. It was until October when Foreign Affairs, now I notified them, and my problems have become too much. I notified them, and they called him.
You wrote to the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Yes, I went there. They told me, show us the affair. I just went there to the Office of Protocol. Yeah, so they told us, you show this. And prior to that, these complaints I've been talking about, we had put together because they were escalating and making very many people. So we were like, this man might have been from a background where he does not understand diplomatic service properly. We are asking for help.
You're from the ministry?
No, let alone first that, not Foreign Affairs, immigration. Our problems, we needed the nation. I notified them, and they called him.
You wrote to the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Yes, I went there. They told me, show us the affair. I just went there to the Office of Protocol. Yeah, so they told us, you show this. And prior to that, these complaints I've been talking about, we had put together because they were escalating and making very many people. So we were like, this man might have been from a background where he does not understand diplomatic service properly. We are asking for help.
You're from the ministry?
No, let alone first that, not Foreign Affairs, immigration. Our problems, we needed the nation to listen to it. We sent to immigration, to the minister, and then to General Immigration Office. We sent to Parliament, because these are laws where laws are made. Laws are being violated in this embassy. We needed them to know also. We took to labor. They're in charge of the affairs of people's employment.
Minister of Labor.
Minister of Labor. We sent to them the same complaint. We sent to the speaker because they're the ones sitting at the front of people. We sent even another one to the office of the president, knowing that if for him, even so when it reaches him and he reads this, and he sees who else were in the copy, maybe he will ask something related to this, and we find solution. You get it? This didn't come. I was so disappointed nobody acted. In the letter, in the complaint, actually, which we have here.
You have it here?
We have it here, but this is the one I am telling you about. In the complaint, we were saying we are excluding Foreign Affairs. Because when this man came, he went to Foreign Affairs haphazardly with some crooks that helped him to reach there.
From where?
Uganda. Yeah. One of them is a Libyan whom he has now given a visa, maybe a payment for gratitude for making him see a minister in Foreign Affairs, bypassing protocol which is supposed to receive them, whom we deal with. And he came haphazardly in. They are the ones who like ushered him up to getting what. So he was having insiders there who were helping him. So we indicated there, we cannot give this complaint to you people because we know somewhere it's going to be way late. It will not reach. Until I got the opportunity to speak one-on-one to a deputy chief of protocol. Then she asked me to bring everything. How come she's not aware? I said, the reason why you are not aware, we have also stated in the complaint, that you will have insiders here in Foreign Affairs who are helping this man to misbehave. They keep coming here, they give them envelopes, they do what? They come to the embassy. They have their meetings with the guy. Corruption. Corruption. How can the letter reach your office? So it said, bring. On reading it, that is why she took action immediately and called the guy. Unfortunately, the guy is very stubborn and disrespectful to any official office. He doesn't listen.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs wrote him and called him?
Yes.
You have that copy?
Well, the letter that was written to them, I don't have, but I have their response. Their response, I'll forward it to you.
If you have,
I don't have a printed copy.
No problem. If you have it on phone, okay. But I wanted to look at the letter of Minister of Foreign Affairs writing to the embassy.
No. Theirs I don't have. The letter of Foreign Affairs which you have here is the letter now after meeting him, and he was not changing. He was not adhering to the instructions he was given. Okay, so they decided to report him now where?
So do you have that one?
Yeah, I have that one. This is the one that I have. And because we didn't have like a direct how to say, they wrote it through Tunisia. So that these people can take it to the right office.
Affairs headed the paper? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me read. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda presents its compliments to the Embassy of the State of Libya in Tunis and has the honor to request the latter to forward the attached diplomatic note to its highest destination. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda avails itself of this opportunity to renew to the Embassy of the State of Libya in Tunis the assurances of its highest consideration. Written on 26 November 2024. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda continues to receive. No, let me read it verbatim. They don't want somebody to say, Irumba, you're lying. The letter is here.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda presents its compliments to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the State of Libya and has the honor to bring to the latter's attention the inappropriate behavior of His Excellency Ibrahim Ahmad Al Sultan, Ambassador of the State of Libya to Uganda. They were so bold to write it.
Yeah, inappropriate behavior.
The ministry continues to receive several complaints from the local staff in regard to how they are badly treated and intimidated by the ambassador. The ministry held a meeting with the ambassador to resolve this matter. However, the situation has not changed at all. The esteemed ministry is hereby requested to take appropriate measures to address this issue as soon as possible. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda avails itself of this opportunity to renew to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the State of Libya the assurances of its highest consideration. Kampala, 26 November 2024. It was written on 26 of November 2024.
Yeah, and their meeting on that sermon occurred on the 3rd of October.
This is November.
And then they expected him to have changed, have followed the instruction given to him by the Office of Protocol, Uganda, and instead he went and became more wild.
He came and attended the meeting?
Yeah, this one he attended.
So,
and they questioned him on all these other complaints in his face, and he had no defense. Because everything they were asking, they're showing him the evidence. So they told him to go and amend his ways and also settle up dues that are pending employees, as has been reported. Instead, he went and became very wild.
He did not do anything.
He did not do anything, and he actually, that is the time now he became very, very, very wild, more rude. I remember I was sick. They called me and asked me to come and work. They sent the translator on leave. I remember falling at Foreign Affairs, physical fall, and I injured my left shoulder.
You went to work when you were sick?
Yeah, and I even had cannula in the hand. The guy is not
You went
kind.
with the cannula?
Yes. Yes.
And he didn't want to know?
He didn't want to know. So I got busy and fell at Foreign Affairs. So in that process, I also came and reported. He refused to even endorse any small money to go and help me treat. It was the individual Libyan staff who were picking 60,000 per session that I was doing for. Where I was doing for physiotherapy. I have my receipts here of Kampala Hospital, where I've been going. Yeah, I've been receiving treatment. Let me see if I. This is very, very unfair. It was the individual staff who were paying for my bills of treatment. And what could I do? These are all bills of Kampala Hospital. There are other hospitals I started with and I could not manage. And it was other individual Libyan staff who were paying for me.
Physiotherapy
and they needed that
form.
They needed 15 more therapies. So the last time when I was feeling a little bit, I'm like, now I will go to work and then I go and do the therapy. The man refused to give me permission. So I notified Foreign Affairs that I've taken leave. Official leave, I've applied for it. If they want to hold it against me, they can do, but I cannot be subjected to such punishments. You are sick, the person knows you are sick, but he wants you to even die. This is the heart of the ambassador that I'm talking about.
So now 2024, you have got your contract, isn't it, from Tripoli?
Yes.
So let's finish that story. Are you working? You got your first salary?
2024, I worked until December. I finished. 2020, now, this is where problem now is.
No, let's first go slow. 2024, you got your renewal contract.
Yes.
And you started working.
I started working
and you were getting your salary?
Yes.
So the entire last year you were working?
was paid. I was working.
So what is the problem now, madam?
The problem is back first in 2023 termination, which was not settled, the financial obligations which were pending. NSSF 2017 to 2021 was not paid. That is what I was chasing. Gratuity period, which was totaling to something like 5.2, was not paid. That's part of what I was asking for. And they did not pay the 2 months in lieu notice for somebody who has worked, according to our law, somebody who has worked for over 5 years, but less than 10 years. That one also, I'm still demanding up to now. So after the Foreign Affairs summon, he was able to, amidst that annoyance, to push for the calculation of the NSSF and that gratuity. So they made me sign for the 5.2, the gratuity. And the calculated 15, he first wanted to pay only 10% of NSSF. We said it's not me paying myself. You are the one under obligation to deduct. So if you didn't do, you take the responsibility. But he was refusing locally that he was going to pay 10% only after they had already directed him. So NSSF official came, the area manager came and talked to him and told them you have to pay the total 15% plus penalty and interest. So, but penalty, they advised him they can request in written to be waived off. If that's okay. If the state understands, they will cancel that. But you must pay the saver's interest as well as the saving of the area, 15% total, plus the interest for the late submission, because that money is supposed to earn interest on. So the principal amount came to 10,243,000.
10 million?
Yes. 243,000. Yeah, 43 or 42,000, something like that. And again, he did one thing, because he wanted to dodge the interest. He just wrote a check and they sneaked it in the account. So the first thing, if you see the email that I forwarded to you, it shows voluntary contribution, then lower it, Oyella Susan. It means I picked money from somewhere and paid myself. Because I also run a voluntary account in my account. You are free to put any other amount which you can manage to get. So, according to that, I can demand, I could still go demanding the embassy for the 15%. If you paid, normally when you pay me, it is written Libyan Embassy, Kampala, Libyan Embassy. This one is written voluntary. Who is he to volunteer for me or volunteer for me?
The purpose is not there.
It's not there. And but, my name is the one there. The amount is money, there.
But
this
money,
figure, the money is there in my account.
So you are paid that money?
I was paid that money.
So now, if you are paid, what is the problem?
You cannot pay me like through a back door, sneak door. You are supposed to describe as paid areas for such a period from Libyan Embassy so that the institution, NSSF, has the right to ask you for the interest unpaid. If I leave it as this, it is nobody to be claimed to. But I feel this is my money and I need my interest on it. So I started engaging NSSF. I need proper description for this money. And as at the end of May this year, NSSF was able to rectify. Now the description is correct. Now I want them to write a demand note to the embassy demanding for interest on this amount. I'm not asking for this amount which is already paid, but the interest on this amount.
On this 10 million?
On this 10 million something. I need it paid.
He didn't attach the interest when he was paying?
He did not.
Okay, that's number one. That is problem number one. I have understood you.
Okay.
So
problem number two.
Any other problem?
Problem number two. The 5,200,000 which was gratuity. Remember, I did not get a response about how they will manage the loan, and I also got back to work and started paying. I continued paying my loan. So by November, my loan was standing at 11 million, some few hundreds. So that same November, when he sent the 5.2, he wrote a letter to the bank saying that reference, I don't know where I got the reference from, saying that I will no longer be working for the embassy by December 2024. My contract will end 2024. And when it ends, it will not be renewed. You understand?
For 2025.
For 2025. Of which 2025 already he had written in September a letter which I don't have. A letter which I don't have, but the response I do. He wrote to Libya, the office that employs us, requesting them to end my service and replace me with Sam Abdallah. Of which the office rejected
Sam
and said, Sam Abdallah here, Ugandan. Of which the office rejected and instead gave him direct contract as soon as it ends. It is in one of the documents here that I wanted to show.
Renew 2025.
25. So it was confirmed in November last year. Where else do I go to look for a job when here they have confirmed and sent me a copy that I have a job?
You have a copy there?
Yes, I have this one. But this one, I want you to see the letter he wrote to the bank first.
I wanted to first finish the other issue of the letter that they wrote instructing him to confirm, to give you a contract before you go to the bank. You have that?
Yeah, because you know this
I want that first before you confuse another issue. This the bank we shall return it. If you have forgotten it, you can send it to me on the phone.
No, I've not forgotten. This is the letter they are referring to, what he wrote to them.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation to the Libyan Embassy, Kampala, Uganda. After greeting, with reference to your letter number 430, dated 11th May 2024, regarding the request for approval to contract with Mr. Abdallah Yazid Karembwa as a replacement for Ms. Susan Oyella. Accordingly, and based on the circular of His Excellency the Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge, number 4671, dated September 25th, 2024, AD is what? AD is what?
Their reference.
regarding regulating the procedures for contracting with local workers, by virtue of which Mr. Director of the Administrative and the Financial Affairs Department granted approval to renew or not for those whose work period exceeded 5 years. In accordance with what was stated in your letter referred to above, and what was stipulated in paragraph number 2 of the aforementioned circular, and according to the procedures and standards mentioned continuously and in effect, we inform you that approval for an extension will be given to those whose work period has exceeded the 5 years are responsibility. The 5 years are the responsibility of Mr. or Director of the Administrative and Financial Affairs Department.
Yeah.
Within the framework organization, within the framework of organizing contracting procedures and implementing the recommendations of the regulatory bodies, Administrative Control Authority, Libyan Audit Bureau, and work according to the job description, the approved contract can't be granted at this time, and therefore you are requested to renew the contract of the concerned party for a period of 1 year from the date of expiry of the current contract, and provide us with a copy of the contract after renewal. Peace be upon you. It was written on at 11:01 p.m. by Rashid Saleh Al-Sagin Abu Ghafa, Director of Administrative and Financial Affairs Department from Tripoli. And that is here the party, the concerned party, they are meaning you.
Yes.
That they should contract
renew immediately as it ends, which is
for
the
1 more year.
1 more year.
2025.
Yes. So,
okay, so have you
not want
that
I have not yet sat on it, and subsequent letters were written as a follow-up. This is the Arabic of that. Yes. This is the next letter again they wrote. Follow-up to him.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. Date is January 22nd, 2025.
Yes.
To the Libyan Embassy, Uganda. In addition to our response number 14-14, dated October 30th, 2024, and the number 15-4-16, dated November 28th, 2024,
which is this you have just
regarding
read.
the request to renew the contract with the 2 local employees from your side. We request you again to provide us with a copy of the contracts of the concerned parties after renewal. Kindly receive. Peace be upon you.
And he kept quiet still.
No reply.
No reply. Then again they wrote.
Another one. They're not getting tired. The ink is not getting finished.
So there are all these letters which are following. Where is the contract? Where is the contract? Now on basis of this, Mr. Irumba and team, tell me how I go and get another job and sit in when I've got the assurance of a job since November 2024.
So your contract ended, the 2024 contract ended
on 31st of December. And that is the
from
date
1st
they were
of
saying
January
I am supposed to be
2025, you don't have a contract.
I don't have a contract because I have a termination letter. I cannot work because the man gave me a termination letter for December 24 amidst these instructions. What kind of stubbornness is that? That is termination now. Second termination I'm showing you. 2024.
The other people wrote to him in
November. Now this in December he goes ahead and serves me a letter ending my contract despite the fact that they told him renew. And it's not the employing boss. The employing boss is
Tripoli. The ones who wrote to him.
The one who wrote to him.
In reference to our letter number 22539 blah 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 dated 15th October regarding the termination of your service at Libyan Embassy in Uganda, we would like to inform you that your service at the embassy will be terminated upon the expiration of the contract signed with the embassy, which ends on 31st December 2024. Madam, you have no job.
I have no job, according to this man and the sitting boss here. But the bigger boss,
people have told him to renew your
and he has stubbornly sat on it. So, since you don't want to see my face, Andrew, my concern is not to force, my sitting here today is not to force ambassador to give me a contract, but to pay duly my 2025, which was approved. My 2025 year service, which was approved by communication that we got from the authentic office in Tripoli.
So you're demanding from
January to December.
Hey, December you have not yet reached.
Assuming he still doesn't want to see my face until December.
Yeah,
but if by any chance, as up to now, June, today June 7th,
yes.
June 7th today, I'm demanding for my payment. Because I have the communication. 2024
is okay.
I am cleared except gratuity.
The
NSSF and the other. Exactly.
So your problem is 2025, exactly. January to June.
To June. And if you want it to extend to December, I have no problem.
So,
but I have no issue with the Libya.
You have an issue with the ambassador?
I don't have any problem. This should be put very clear. I have no problem with the state of Libya. They have appreciated my work. They have always renewed my service. And I still have that communication and the follow-ups, all that they have tried to make. And the ambassador here, Ambassador Ibrahim, stubbornly sat on. And I know, because what is fighting me for is the ungodly ways he's behaving in this country. I will not stop at it, and I want him to face his responsibility, because being a diplomat does not shelter you from taking accountability of your bad behavior in the country. We have seen this happening to our own diplomats posted elsewhere. In the event that they have misbehaved or something is against them, they have arraigned them before authority.
There is one of our diplomats in UK now serving a jail sentence.
Exactly. Our diplomat is in jail, a whole justice. Why would we cushion somebody who is doing even slave trade under our nose, something we don't want? Something that is very ungodly. And all these other misbehavior.
As we come to the end,
we are not yet coming to the end. I want you to show you on this allegation that I've worked for more than 5 years. These are the current staff who are there, and this is when they started work there. Now you can see when I started the year.
2015.
No.
Yeah, 2015 January.
No.
17.
2017.
17.
Yeah, but there are people who have been there since, and they are there.
Somebody started in 2012.
They are there. I'm the one who has worked many years there. Exactly.
Abu Bakr started in September 2012. Layla June 2014.
You see
Mike
that?
January 2015. Susan Oyella August 2017.
So, tell me.
So his claim has been that you have overstayed.
I have overstayed. I've worked beyond 5 years. Why has he not terminated the rest of the people?
Somebody who is there since 2012.
Exactly.
2012, 2014,
they're there. If you go now, you'll find them there. And you'll ask them when they started work
now,
there.
I want us to end with what is the course of action you are taking? Because the guy has refused to give you a renewal. The guy has refused to pay you. What are you doing? Have you, because you must follow the law, have you served him with maybe intention to sue you?
Before I went there,
Ambassador, have you contacted a lawyer or something?
Thank you very much, sir. Before I go to that part of it, I have the part of the bank. Remember, I told you I had unsolved the problem
with the Tropical Bank.
Yes. And which is tagged to salary.
What is the problem with Tropical Bank?
Now, in that same November, when he was being served a letter to renew my contract, he wrote his own letter with the reference, I don't know from where, because even the bank has not asked for that letter to verify, but they acted on his instruction. He told them in his letter here, which I have, that my contract will not be renewed, and any money coming to my account, they should deduct it to solve the wrong. Yeah.
Hey.
The letter is here, signed by Ambassador Ibrahim. That is his signature.
Any money that drops on your account?
That is coming on my account. Shoo. Take.
Sure.
Take and pay with the loan, because she will not have any other avenues. It is there. Any other, the man is my grandfather, or is my godfather, is my guardian, is the one paying, is the one paying my loan, such that he says, I have no any other avenue in Uganda to pay my money.
In November 25th, 2024,
So you can see when it was received by the bank. 28th, the same date of the other letter telling him renew.
What's his branch? The management Tropical Bank Kampala. Tropical Bank is a
Libyan bank. So he's bullying people everywhere, even their staff there who have complaints against the same ambassador. Here in the Libyan bank. People have gone on suspension because of the same ambassador. Yes.
The embassy of the state of Libya presents its best compliments to the management of Tropical Bank Kampala. Referring to the circular from the director of the Administrative and Financial Affairs Department,
it's even illegally mentioned in those
Affairs, number 1 to 3, 13/19/8, which is based on the circular from His Excellency the Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs in charge, number 4671, dated 25th September 2024, regarding the organization of contracting procedures with local labor. Additionally, referring to Prime Minister's decision number 885 of 2022 concerning the endorsement of the staffing plan for embassies, consulates, and missions abroad, and to the previous circulars issued by the Libyan Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding the conditions and standards governing local labor, as well as the correspondence and the recommendations from the controlling bodies, namely the Administrative Control Authority, the Libyan Audit Bureau. We would like to kindly inform you that Mrs. Susan Oyella has completed her term as a local employee at the Libyan Embassy in Uganda. And her employment contract will expire at the end of December 2024 without renewal for another term. Period. The embassy has no financial obligations towards her, and this employee does not have any financial entitlements that she can claim from the embassy in the future. Therefore, we request the settlement of her. We request the settlement of her all the financial deductions she is committed to you as soon as her financial entitlements are credited to her account with you. Thank you very much for your usual cooperation. He has the ambassador of Libya, because he knows he's not going to renew a contract, has tipped the Tropical Bank to ensure that any money that drops on your account from the Libyan Embassy should be taken to take care of your loan. Because he knows when you leave the bank, and this was a salary loan, they may have an obligation. So he wants to ensure that by the time you leave, your salary loan with them is cleared. Remember, the bank is Libyan bank.
Yes.
The employer is Libyan Embassy. So those two will be binding them.
Settled.
Yeah. So that is, I think that was the trick. That by the time I release this lady, let her not have any loan with us. What is the problem? That
now there, it is very okay to formally notify the bank.
Yes.
The problem is, this facility still remains my obligation. It is the loan towards me. And I'm the one who has been serving the loan.
But remember, there's an attachment.
Yes,
it is called a salary loan.
Exactly.
Wait. When it is called a salary loan, it means the employer also has a responsibility. If you leave the embassy without completing the loan.
That is why I want to complete. It is a good work procedure to notify the bank that this person will not work again with us. You get it? And because also it is...
Yes.
So I appreciate that they had to notify. It is their obligation.
The bank,
yes.
As an employer.
How do I come as an employer and who gave me the recommendation? Yeah? I'm not passing my obligation to him. I still think the bank knows me as the direct beneficiary of this this facility, and it was their kind of obligation to notify me of a communication they have received from my employer.
From the employer.
Yeah, about my employment, and to demand for an urgent meeting and a way forward of how to pay, how else you are going to settle.
Every loan facility has an account manager.
Exactly.
Don't you have an account manager?
How else will you settle? We do.
So the account manager was supposed to call you?
Was supposed to call me.
Or write to your official?
Or the one who is in charge of this, who received the letter. In this case, I believe is one Mr. Abe, which contact I will provide, or already did. So, for me, innocently, without knowing all this communication, I go with my usual ATM, get some 100, 2, how much, whatever, go and feed the family. You get it? So, from November,
all of a sudden,
end of November, I can't access my account. Host, main host link locked. Every time I put a card. Look. So I'm like, host link locked. That's what it would read in red. So I'm like, is the card having a problem or something? I take myself to the Tinder branch, which was nearer to where I got like a third or fourth time complaint around within that radius. So I go to the branch. And that is where I by there open my Tropical Bank account from. So I'm like, you people help me check my card. I'm not able to access my money or any transaction, do any transaction on my account. Could my card be having a problem or something? So they get the card and check in. The system say, no, this card has no problem, and you also have some money on the account. There is 5,200,000 and some other 100 on that account. On that account. But again, you can't access it. We are seeing a description note here. Yeah, that I think you need to go to Oasis. They have received some communication from your employer about your employment. I think you have to go there for it to be settled. So because they said it came from the ambassador, I went straight. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I went straight to the office first, report my presence, and then go and approach the ambassador. I asked him why he did that, to block me. My children are sleeping hungry. I have unpaid medical bill. I am trying to access my own account, my money.
When you got the problem?
Yes, I am still having that. I am unable to do that. And they are saying you are the one who wrote a letter stopping them, telling them to block me. He didn't copy me. Ambassador didn't communicate. No one communicated to me. Not the bank, not the employer. They just did their communication within themselves. So he started challenging, no, this is not my problem. Maybe if you want to go and speak with the bank. I said, sir, this is harassment. I am going to speak to the bank and I'm going to Foreign Affairs to report this matter. Because the way you have been treating me, now you have gone beyond. This is illegal action you are taking on my personal account. Nobody gives you the authority to do that. Hey, if you go, I said, may I have the copy of the letter you wrote to the bank? We are not under an obligation to give you any letter. I said, are you sure? Then I sloped down.
But you've written
about me, and you cannot share with me what you've written? Okay,
and
that's
your instructions
fine.
are affecting me.
Exactly. Then I said, okay, fine. I sloped down to go to my office. Before I reached, the translator came running with this letter. That's how I have it. This is the one you have been reading now.
Yes.
You get it?
She gave you.
So I said, the ambassador said we'll give you this letter. I said, they are again under obligation to give me. I thought he said he's not under obligation to give me a copy. So I picked this letter, I go to the bank, I meet Abe. Abe explains to me the same thing, that the man stood there, he was hesitating even to bank the check, unless we are agreeing to his condition. He would remain with the check due me and not put it there.
Unless they agree to chop all the money.
Yeah, to block me from accessing.
That was a way of punishing you. So your money has come, but you will not eat it.
So they got it, and then I said, now what can we do? Because you are supposed to inform me. And you also kept quiet. I'm paying this, I'm in business with you, Tropical Bank. Not with that guy. And he's not the one paying for me. Why didn't you come for plan B? Which you are now talking to me, right? Because I brought myself. Yeah. So what else now? They said, now for now you can write for request to release your fund. And then also put other commitments within the letter, so that when we discuss with management, we get back to you and we see a plan B of how to settle this problem. He gave me a plain paper himself and a pen, and I wrote and I asked for a copy. This is the copy of the letter. I asked them in this letter to give me until February 2025. If I've not yet received my contract, I will take myself to the bank. We sit and then see what to do else. And declaring other sources of money. This is my letter, front and back, if you may read. And these people, by December, they removed the money. Let alone now the locking just. By December, they now removed the money.
After you had written this?
And nobody got back to me after I'd written this. And I'm
they
waiting for them.
They accessed your account and removed the money, all of it.
Yes, I'm waiting for them to get back to me like he promised that after deliberating on this letter. They did not come back to me. So on January 6, 2025, actually beyond that, I came now, I brought myself to the bank. I'm not getting anybody coming to me. What is my issue? Where is it standing? I need money. Actually, I went with the request of 2 million. They give me 2 million from my account. Let them first arrest others. Give me some, I go and sort my problem.
So my children.
Christmas time, all what for me, I was on dodo and beans. I don't have money to buy meat chicken for my children. Yeah, because the man has taken charge of my account. So on that date when I went there, they told me, no, we don't have money. We took the money to settle the account.
Did they notify you when they took the money?
Did they come back to me after this letter? So this is the letter first requesting. So you read this letter, if maybe my English was not okay, they did not understand.
No, I have got you. I have got you. So now, Tropical Bank
on instruction
gets into your personal account.
Yes, on instruction of Ambassador
First wait, let me get this correct.
Get into my account.
Libyan Bank, your employer, deposits money on your personal account.
Yes.
In Tropical Bank.
Yes.
The Libyan ambassador writes to Tropical Bank and says, when I put this money, before I put this money,
remove it.
I want you, when I put it, you remove it.
Remove it.
Without them asking you whether they should do it or not.
Exactly.
They go ahead and remove it.
And they remove it.
Whose account is it?
My personal account, and I want my money back.
When they were doing this action, did they write to you?
They never.
You take them to court also.
So on that notice,
you take them.
On that notice,
you cannot access my account. This is the reason. This is the reason. Some people have never understood.
Yes.
Why Hamuchugundu took this bank. What was this? DTB bank? Was this DTB? They have never understood the argument. For them, they were saying this man doesn't want to pay. Hamuchugundu never refused to pay money. Hamuchugundu borrowed the money from DTB Bank Kenya branch. Kenya branch gave authority to Kampala branch that you deduct money from this man and our interest.
Yes.
Chukundu said it's okay. Then one of the conditions was you must bank with us because we will deduct our money automatically.
Exactly from that.
And Chukundu said it is okay. Chukundu said it's okay. So Chukundu started depositing money. Now when they started depositing money, they started withdrawing. They finished their principal money. They finished their interest money. Now they started withdrawing.
Extra.
For as long as the money goes on your account, they withdraw. So the accountants of Chukundu told him, sir, we finished these people's money. Plus interest, but they're still withdrawing money. He said, are you sure? He said, yes. Chukundu has his accountants. He said, you bring me the statement.
From when it went excess. Yeah.
They gave him the statements. So he took these statements to the bank to correspond. Because his own accountants had told him the money was finished, but they are still withdrawing. So he said, let's go to the bank. They went to the bank. They said, this is what we have. Do you have a contrary? They said, no, we are not giving you. Hey, but this is my account. I have this statement. For us to agree, show me what you have. They said,
and then we married that too.
Hey, they refused to give me.
Locally,
just. He said, you people, I'm taking you to court. But remember, they are the ones who have the accounts. They continued removing the money. Of course, he stopped now banking more, but they continued removing until the money that had been there was removed. So the man went to court. He went to court, not because he did not want to pay what he owes them,
but because they are seeking excess
more
overdraft.
So the public of Uganda did not even understand why the man went to court. They started accusing him. He doesn't want to pay. Why did you borrow the money? No, that is not the argument. I have not refused to pay my money. But are you supposed to take more than I owe you? Because you have the power to access my account?
No.
You don't have.
You don't have.
Now, the lawyers, him being a lawyer and the other Mwema and so on, when they went to court, one of the key points now was, by the way, apart from this illegality you have done, but also you don't have the legal powers
to do that.
No, you don't have the legal powers to operate in Uganda. You don't have a license in Uganda. Because I borrowed my money from Kenya. Now you are the one here asking me to pay.
From here.
He has assigned you to collect from me. But you don't have a license to operate from here. Let the Kenyan branch who gave me the money be the one to what? To collect it from me. Because you are... So that also became a legal matter.
Yes.
But most Ugandans up to now, they accuse the man. This man borrowed the money, he didn't want to pay. No. Understand the argument. What is the argument? The argument is you have a loan, Susan, with the Tropical Bank. You have not refused to pay.
No.
But you don't have power as a bank keeping my money to start deducting money even without informing me, even without agreeing with me, just because you have the key to my money.
Exactly.
That is my money you are keeping for me. It is not your money.
It's not yours.
When you want to access it, you let me know.
Exactly.
And we agree.
And we agree, yes. That is the point.
Yeah.
And on that matter, I saw
so the fact that you have this key to my money does not mean that anytime you want to withdraw an amount, you go and after all you are the one with the key. That is illegal.
Yes.
So Tropical Bank is doing an illegality.
Yes.
If this is true, by the way.
It is very
And your lawyer can take them on and they pay even more than what they have taken.
So
I'm telling you.
we were trying to be sane people. When we discussed it with my lawyers, they served them with a notice and intent to sue. I'm not stopping.
What they was discussing about you have already done. I thought they was advising. You have already done it. I thought they was wise. Come, you are wise. They received this on 15th March this year.
Exactly, and they're still quiet up to this date.
You wrote on 11th March, and they received on 15th March.
Yes.
2 days later.
Yes.
They received the stamp here.
They received here tropical. This is Bank of Uganda.
You copied them.
I copied them.
They received. Have they responded?
Who?
Tropical Bank.
Tropical Bank is quiet up to now. Now the next move is to take them to court. Hey.
The branch manager of Tropical Bank Kampala, dear sir, stroke madam, demand notice notice of intention to sue. Hey.
Yes, sir.
We act for Oyella Susan, upon whose instruction we address you as follows. Our client obtained a salary loan from your bank for a period of 4 years, ending on the 31st day of August 2026.
Not yet, I'm still present.
This is 2025.
Exactly.
However, you unlawfully debited our client's bank account in breach of the loan agreement and deducted 8,320,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
Contrary to the monthly installment of
609,000.
No, this is 607,000.
Hey.
In December 2024 and blocked her account. The above was occasioned by the illegal advice of the ambassador of the Libyan Embassy Kampala, His Excellency Ibrahim Muhammad Al Sultan, to make the deductions. Take notice that unless you credit our client's bank account with the sum erroneously deducted void 832,000 and reopen the same and pay our costs so far incurred of, what is this?
2,500,000.
2.5 million? Only it is very little money.
Very little money.
Our instructions are to institute legal proceedings against you. You are sincerely Miss Odongo and Company Advocates. Copy the ambassador of the Libyan Embassy, the supervisor, commercial banks, Bank of Uganda, the credit manager, Tropical Bank Limited, and our client, and our file copy. This is Odongo and Company Advocates, solicitors, and commissioners for oath, company secretaries. So whatever you are thinking about, you've already done it.
Yes, sir. Because I think that's the right thing to do. And even when we gave them something simple to adhere to, since that date to now, they have not communicated back to my advocates. They have not called me or in any, and instead they have called me by the way. Remember I told you by November last year, my loan still stood at 11 million. So if they have deducted that amount, it means there's still some 2 million which they are, 2.2 something, which they are demanding. By what ability will you demand? If my monthly payment is supposed to be just 607,000 and you read a pick in bulk, 8 million, why would you ask me for arrears? The banks, the people following on credit were calling me twice. I blasted them off. I said, now let them communicate with my lawyer. If they have not received it,
after deducting this money forcefully, your balance was supposed to be 2 million.
2 million. I'm like, now how? You didn't tell me that you even deducted my money.
But now you're saying,
how are you going to, how did you plan to get that one? I think the other instruction of any money that comes in that account, pick. Unfortunately, money has stopped going there. Now. So how do they plan to get the 2 million? But we are saying reverse it and enter an agreement if it is there.
When you are saying this salary loan contract with them, you agreed on the amount of money they should deduct every month.
Fixed amount 607,000 monthly, and it has not been forfeited.
And deducted 8
million, and that money is supposed to take me up to where?
They have breached the contract. The lawyer, it is simple. The lawyer should sue them. They have breached the contract.
I want I'm taking the bank to court without fear or favor, because it's the right thing to do. And this should be a lesson. Keeping people's money does not mean you have the authority to touch on it. It's people's savings.
This is the reason why.
Whether it's 1,000 or 2,000, respect it there. You're just the keeper.
Yeah.
When you graze in somebody's land, doesn't make you the owner of the land because you have stayed there for many years.
No, make it simpler. When you're a storekeeper, if I put my money there in that store and I give you my key and I say, Susan, keep my key, keep my money there, does it make you the owner of the money that you can enter and remove any amount you want without my authority?
Not at all.
Because you are keeping the key. I gave you the key to keep my money.
Not at all.
If you want to do anything on that money, I must know.
Yes.
Susan, on that note, is there anything pending?
Yeah, the legal notice was also served. The letter was written to the PS about the ambassador with also an intent to sue the embassy. You get it? If you can read it. You
wrote to the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Exactly, on advice from
March.
Yeah, on advice.
We asked for Susan Oyella, upon whose instructions we address you as follows. Our client has been working as the administrative secretary to the Libyan Embassy in Uganda from 2017 until the 31st day of December 2024. Unfortunately, the ambassador of the Libyan Embassy Kampala, His Excellency Ibrahim Ahmad Al-Sultan, purported to terminate our client's employment contract, claiming that she had demanded for payments of her previous unremitted NSSF contract to Article 20.3 of the local staff work contract. There is no law in Uganda that provides for termination of an employee's contract for demanding for his or her legal benefits like NSSF.
Exactly.
Attached here too is a copy of the ambassador's communication marked A. I want to see that marked A. Is it here?
Yeah.
The ambassador's attempt to replace our client by another staff was outrightly rejected by the director of the Administrative and Financial Affairs Department and the Libyan State. The Libyan State Department has been consistently clear that our client's contract is renewed for the year 2025, and they attached here a copy of that communication. Our client intends to institute a court case against the Libyan Embassy in Kampala because of Ambassador Ibrahim Ahmad Al-Sultan's illegal conduct. However, given the good relationship that Uganda enjoys with the Libyan state, we believe this is a simple matter that you prevail over the ambassador to renew our client's contract, which by these communications herein referred is considered running to avert litigation and an embarrassment. We appreciate the previous intervention of your ministry in various staff complaints against conduct of the ambassador. Thank you so much, and we shall appreciate your quick action.
So this is the A.
This letter. Is the A. With reference to your letter number this and this, which came in response to our letter number this and this, dated November 28, 2024, which included informing you of the impossibility of contracting with Mr. Abdullah Yazid Tekaremboa as a local employee at the embassy and renewing the contract with Ms. Susan Oyella, the local employee who continues with you in the position of secretary. And to what was stated in your letter mentioned above regarding Ms. Susan Oyella submitting a complaint to the Ugandan Ministry of Foreign Affairs, demanding the disbursement of previous dues to her from 2017 to 2021. Accordingly, the reason for our emphasis on renewing the contract I beg your pardon.
Yes.
Accordingly, the reason for our emphasis on renewing the contract with the concerned party is due to the necessity of reaching a final solution regarding the complaint submitted by her and fulfilling all her financial dues, in order to spare the embassy any lawsuits that may result in additional financial amounts in addition to the amount she is already demanding. In this regard, you are requested to adhere to what is stated in our letter number 15416 dated November 28, 2024 regarding renewal of the contract of the concerned party for another year, and to provide us urgently with a form showing the financial dues that you are demanding in preparation for settling them in accordance with the procedures followed in this regard. Peace be upon you, His Excellency Ibrahim, and the one who has written is called Rashid Saleh Al-Sagir Abdagafa, Director of Administrative and Financial Affairs Department from the Tripoli government in Libya. Actually, he has even ended by asking him, please give us
the bill.
Give us the bill in Tripoli,
and
including your money, so that we give you and you pay her. They are not saying find
out to pay her. Bring the bill and we pay her. Even that one he has refused. Ibrahim, not to pay my money.
Let's end the show here. My name is Andrew Mbakatsabe, and this is
Susan Oyella.
This is the Spy Uganda, the Spy Television. We say now.